Afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time it is. Once you see this program, this video, I would like to say hello. And today we are coming to you once again with the Social Security Administration, Representative Josephine Mueller and Representative Daniel Summers. So today we are going to discuss how to create your account, my account on Social Security, as well as the reason why we should have it. And without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to you, Ms. Mueller.
Thank you, Ms. Cassandra. And I am so excited to be sharing information here with all of you. As always, I'm super eager to share Social Security Administration information because I want to inform you on what you need to do to gain access to Social Security information, what steps you need to take if you are looking to apply for benefits, everything related to Social Security. I want to give you information regarding that. But today we're going to focus on Social Security's online services and how to obtain that information online and how to have some control over your information by visiting us at socialsecurity.gov and creating your My Social Security account. So today, my name is Josephine Mueller. I am a public affairs specialist with the Social Security Administration, and part of my role is sharing information regarding Social Security's benefits and programs. And my colleague, Mr. Daniel Summer, will probably be joining us shortly. As soon as he comes on, he'll also be sharing information with you, but I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so that we can get started with this presentation.
Will do.
All right, so sharing the screen now. And before we dive deep into the presentation, participation in this presentation does not constitute an endorsement by the Social Security Administration or its employees of the organizations and information and products not provided by the Social Security Administration. So as mentioned earlier, I'm very passionate about sharing information, and I love sharing information regarding Social Security's benefits and programs because I love my job. And one of the new updates that is coming up for 2023 is the cost of living adjustment. Social Security and supplemental security income benefits for approximately 70 million Americans will increase 8.7% in 2023. So there is going to be a cost of living adjustment, 8.7% increase for the year 2023. And that is the most recent update. Another information to share is on April 7th of this year, offices have added more in-person appointments, and we are seeing individuals without an appointment. So if you are unable to conduct business with us online or by phone, you can visit your local Social Security field office as a walk-in. We are here for you. Of course, we do encourage everyone to go online. If you are able to conduct your business online on our website at ssa.gov, it is the most convenient, efficient way to conduct business in the comfort of your own home if you go to ssa.gov. However, we understand that at times you may not be able to access the online services, and you can always give us a call at 1-800-772-1213, and we can go ahead and assist you via phone with many of these transactions that we can do online or in office. And of
Ms.
course,
Mueller,
if you're
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry, I'll wait, go ahead.
If you're unable to get in touch with us via phone, you can always visit your local Social Security field office. Now, you may be wondering, well, how do I find out where my local Social Security field office is? How do I find out what the address is? Well, you can visit us at www.ssa.gov/locator. Once you visit us there, you're going to see this page. This page here, you'll be able to enter in your zip code, click locate, and it'll show you your local field office address. So if you'd like to visit us in person, that's how you would find out what your local office address is. And of course, we understand that if you do not have online access, you can also give us a call at 1-800-772-1213, and we can share this information with you via phone as well. Now, Social Security is with you throughout life's journey, and I love sharing information about all of our programs and benefits, but today we are going to focus on our online services. So if you visit us at www.socialsecurity.gov, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see the main page. And in this, you're going to see that there's different tiles and boxes that different, and there's topics such as retirement benefits, disability benefits, Medicare benefits. Any topic that you are interested in, you can click on the box and you are going to receive a wealth of information. So our website has lots of great resources and tools, but one of my favorite resource is the My Social Security account. So if you look at the bottom left corner of the screen, you are going to see where it says My Social Security. If you go ahead and click there, you're going to see that the next page is going to show you how to create, or ask you if you would like to create a My Social Security account. And you can go ahead and click create an account if you don't already have one. And I encourage you, if you don't already have one, to click create an account so that you can get started and create your account today. Now, when you go to our website and you click on create an account, you're going to see this also come up, this page that you have here. You want to click on create an account, again, if you don't already have an account. Now, these other options at the top are if you already have an account, but if you don't, you just click create an account again, and it's going to ask you some verifying information. Once you enter in that verifying information, you are going to then be able to gain access to your My Social Security account. Now, of course, it's going to ask you for an email address. It's going to ask you for a cell phone number. You want to add those in there and then verify your information, and you'll have access to your My Social Security account. So I see my colleague, Mr. Daniel Summers, as I mentioned, he would be here on with us all today. And Daniel and I, we are always very excited to share information. And Daniel is also a public affairs specialist with the Social Security Administration. And Daniel, I was just talking with all of our viewers about the My Social Security account and how important it is for us to create one if we don't already have one, because there's so much that we can do when we have a My Social Security account. So I already ahead and shared with them what they need to do to go in there, click on My Social Security account. They can click create an account. But, I would like us to also let our viewers know what they can do with the My Social Security account. Can you share with everyone what it is they can do with the My Social Security account? I told them they're great, and I told them that they should have one, but I didn't give them specifics.
Oh, well, Josephine, this is more than a tool. It's a toolbox, because you can do so many things with the things you will find available in a My Social Security account. Often people will want a new Social Security card, a replacement card. Maybe they washed it. Maybe they lost it. Maybe they just need it for something and they can't lay their hands on it. And you know what? You can do that. That's just one tool, though. Suppose someone is planning for retirement. They've got their financial advisor that they need some numbers for. You can get those numbers yourself. You can decide, hey, how can I get Medicare? Do you have to go drive to the Social Security office? No, you could actually apply online. If you are disabled, you can go a long way. Put all of the medical information that confuses us all in there so you can have it pre-interview or actually submit an application yourself. Need a replacement card for Medicare? You can do that. There are so many things. Finding out about a spouse's benefits or what your survivors and children would get so you can keep your family safe. These are all just a few of the tools you'll find there. So it's not just a tool, it's a toolkit. And practically everything that Social Security does is addressed online.
Well, thank you for that information, Mr. Summers.
Yeah, so we have Miss Correlia Payne here with us, who is viewing our presentation. And, we've already shared some information about our updates, Daniel, as far as, the cost of living adjustment that we have for 2023, which is great news. And we also shared how to access our services, because it's so important to share that information with individuals as far as how to access our services, because we do understand that even though the online method is the most efficient and you can do this in the comfort of your own home, we understand that some individuals may not be able to access it. So we want to always share with you the 1-800 number, which is 1-800-772-1213. And of course, we're open to see you at your local office if you would like to come in to see us and you're unable to access or complete your transaction online or via phone.
It's great to have
so
options.
Much for that information, Mr. Summer. Definitely great to have options. And I do believe you mentioned the Social Security card. What if you lost it? What if it's, a little worn and you want to replace it, right? Well, that can be done on the My Social Security account, as you mentioned. And this is that right here is, for all of our viewers, this is what it looks like when you go into your My Social Security account and you're looking to request a replacement card. This is the screen that you're going to see. And on the left, you're going to see where it says Social Security card replacement. You just click on that link where it says request a replacement card, or you click on those words, and it's going to go ahead and take you into the application. And then you're going to be able to answer all of the questions that it's asking you. You are going to want to have your ID with you in front of you, your ID, your driver's license, so that way you can enter in that information that it's asking you. Once you do that and you click submit, it's going to tell you that you're going to get your card in the mail in about 5 to 10 business days. And Daniel, Mr. Summer, can you believe I can say that, I've seen this in action and it works. It works. And, my husband, he lost his card. He put it in a safe place. You know how it goes, Mr. Summer, when you put something in a safe place and you put it in there, it's so safe that you don't even remember yourself where you put it. So that's what happened in our situation. My husband was looking for his card. I don't know where we put it. And what he did was he created a My Social Security account. He went online, he got access, he created an account, he put in his email address, he put in his cell phone number, he put in our address, our home address, and then it asked him several verifying questions, but they weren't verifying questions that were too difficult. It was something that, he would know. And so he answered a few of those questions and he was able to gain access pretty quickly, very quickly, 5 minutes. And then he was able to request a replacement card in the mid-7 business days. So I can mostly attest to this. It's dark, it is convenient, it is efficient. He didn't even have to go to a local office to complete this transaction. But Mr. Summer, what else can we do on this My Social Security account? I know you mentioned, if we're looking to hire, we're able to see how much we can receive. And I'm showing the screen right now. Can you share with us a little bit about this screen?
Oh, for sure. We have stepped up our game. During the pandemic last October, we knew that more people were using our online services, and Social Security came with the answer. We actually stepped it up to the point where it was not so difficult to establish an account. And here's the good thing. The screen that we're on now says a lot, because everyone used to get these documents in the mail that would say, this is what you'll get if you retire at 62, at your full retirement age, at 70. It was something we sent to you around your birthday. Well, every day can be your birthday, because we don't send those out to everyone anymore. There's only a small, limited group of people. But look, you have access to it 24 hours a day. If you look to the right, you'll see survivor's benefits, so that you can know the protection that you have for your family if something should happen. If you became disabled, down at the bottom left of the screen, you can see what your benefits would be in real time. So that would be what you have at Social Security in the event that something happened right now. And of course, at the bottom right, you've got Medicare. The estimates of benefits are so beneficial. Beneficial. They help you because you can make decisions going forward with retirement. If you get in an accident, if someone becomes ill and might pass away, they help you make those decisions. And now that they're accessible to you every day instead of once a year, we're all better for it. And they did something even better than the things we used to send in the mail. They've broken it down into categories, because the group of workers who are like, say, 18 to 26, they're thinking about a different thing than the workers closer to retirement, say 55, 60. And so it's all there, and we focus and concentrate on what matters the most to you. So yes, this is powerful, and these accounts are as good as it gets, even better than the things we used to send in the mail.
Just a quick question. I'll wait. Go ahead. That's cool. That's cool.
No, go ahead
Well,
and
we
ask your
like questions.
question.
If you need a replacement card, all you need is a picture ID, like a driver's license or a passport.
Oh, it's even easier than that. That's a great question. People used to have to go online and take photographs of it and try to get it steady and straight, make sure it's fuzzy
I
and all
have
that
that
stuff.
problem. Yes, sir. Yes, yes, yes.
We have a process now when you do login.gov that is no more. We will ask you identifying questions, similar to how we do when you call in on the phone. We have to identify you by asking you specific things. Well, now that process is what it is online. So you don't necessarily have to have an ID or try to make sure it uploads correctly. So that's a great question. And now the answer is even better than it used to be. Josie, anything to add?
Yeah, you're right about that, Mr. Summer. There's no uploading, taking pictures. My husband did not have to take pictures of his ID. He didn't have to enter, or he didn't have to scan anything on the ID. All he had to do was answer the question. So, it does, I do believe from what I recall, it asks for your ID number. So you may have to put that in, but you just type it in. You wouldn't have to scan it in. So it's going to ask you, date of birth, your full name. It'll ask you for your social security number. It'll ask you for information pertaining to you, but you do not have to scan, as Mr. Summers mentioned. It's a much easier process. You do not have to scan any of those documents in.
Because I tried to apply for one specific program, which that's not important. What's important is that it took me 10 minutes. I couldn't keep the camera still, and I was having a small conniption fit. So this information really helps me. Thank you.
Yeah, not a problem. Yeah, it's a very easy, efficient process if you go online to request your replacement Social Security card. At least we felt, with my situation and my husband, when he applied, we felt we're able to do it pretty quickly. It was pretty easy and efficient. But once again, we understand that if you're unable to complete the transaction online, you can always visit your local field office. We are here for you. You can also print out the application. We have the application on our website, Social Security Gov, and you can complete that and you can mail it in. But once again, if you do that way, you have to mail in original documents of identity. So a lot of individuals may choose to visit the local office to request a replacement Social Security card, but there's options. There's different on how to make that request. But we certainly here, Daniel and I, we love the My Social Security account because it does make it a little bit more efficient, and you can complete transaction in the comfort of your own home. And as Mr. Summer mentioned, the online statement could be at any time, so you can see it every day you want, and you can look to see what your estimates are for retirement, what your estimate would be if you were to become disabled. You're going to see a screenshot of all of your personal information you go into your My Security account. And if you look at when you go into your My Security account and if something's right, you can always give us a call. You can reach out to us and you can make that correction. In addition to your statement, you're also going to see in your My Social Security account some fact sheets that are going to target your age group. So things that are specific to you and your age group and things that you may be interested in. And in the fact sheet will share information that will help prepare you depending on what age group you are in. So it's a really great, the My Social Security account is a really great tool because it is completely catered to you, fully and completely catered to you. And Mr. Summer, if I'm approaching 65, what fact sheet am I going to see?
They're going to tell you all about Medicare, Josephine. And not only that, they're going to go a little more in detail about the retirement benefits and working when retired. So it's very, very specific, as you said. And even better than that, I'll one better you here. It's using your real information. Don't forget that. This isn't a guesstimate as to what you might get. It's pulling all of the information that we would use to determine your benefit amount to tell you this. And it's also trying to make it relevant to you. That's why an 18-year-old would never get this Medicare ready thing, Josephine, because they're not ready for Medicare. So it's very, very specific. And the needs that tend to be of different age groups observed, we can say, you know, this is what this person is more likely to be interested in. These are the benefits that may matter more to them now. The spousal benefits, when we're looking at that, you know, the widow's benefits, the survivors, all of these things, you can sit down and have a conversation with your family about, not just guesstimating what would happen if, but actually having the numbers.
Good to know. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's so important to keep track of your My Social Security account information and look at it periodically, because those numbers that are unique to you are your earnings, and your earnings, those numbers come from your earnings. And Social Security uses the highest 35 years of your work earnings to calculate your monthly Social Security retirement benefits. So those estimates are all based off of those earnings. And if you're periodically looking at your earnings and reviewing them, you're able to ensure that they're posted correctly. And, you know, not at each and every one is going to have a different set of earnings, because we've all earned different amounts of income throughout our lifetime. So that's why this is such a great tool, because it totally does use just our information. It's very specifically catered, as Mr. Summer mentioned, and you know, you're able to view it whenever you want in the comfort of your own. And you know, we always like to mention that if you are looking to apply for benefits, if you're interested in applying for benefits, you can always apply online. And if you have a My Social Security account, that is going to be a helpful tool, because you'll be able to see the status of your application if you apply online for benefits. Your My Social Security account will tell you the status of your application, and it'll help give you that information so that you can see the progress of the application. And again, we always like to mention that we understand if you're unable to access online services, you can always give us a call at our local phone number, our National Social Security hotline, which is 1-800-772-1213.
That's a great, important number.
Yeah. And you know what, Mr. Summer, you know, I know we also like to share with individuals our field office locators, so that in case somebody is having a hard time getting in contact with us online or via phone, they could always visit their local office. And, you know, with the field office locator, when you put in your zip code in here, you're also able to see your local office fax number. So if you need to fax over documents, you can fax those documents over. But I know we always appreciate having the opportunity to share information here with Top Flight. And whenever we have the opportunity to share information, we also like to share scam and fraud awareness. And Mr. Summer, can you share with our audience what they need to look out for if somebody calls them claiming to be a Social Security representative?
Oh, I sure can. Josephine, the calls are coming. And I mean, they call me. I'm the guy who goes on these projects telling people about fraudsters and scammers. But they'll call me and they'll say, we're from the Social Security Administration. And I'm thinking, oh, really? It happened to me while I was in the Social Security building. And
Wow.
sometimes they use intimidation. They will say, you're in a lot of trouble unless you give us this information. What information do you need? First, we'll want your Social Security number. We gave you your Social Security number. We'd never call you asking you for it. And there have been times when I was told, Josephine, once, that they are sending my case over to the prosecutor for execution. Execution. Like, I guess that's killing people, right? I was told that I would be arrested and all of these things would happen because it's just to intimidate. Then you have the people who do the other thing. They'll say, we're ready to send you this extra payment. It's a coronavirus special. And there's no such thing. You know, people get excited when people promise them money. You've seen Publishers Clearinghouse, right? But here's the thing. They'll ask people for their bank information and they will clean your bank account out. I saw a case of an individual who there was a person who got a home equity loan on the home of the person, a fraudster. So giving out your information is a big no-no. Even if they try to intimidate you or tell you there's an issue, we rarely call people unless they have ongoing business with us. I mean, for instance, Josephine, if you filed an application last week, Well, maybe you might get a call and I might say, Josephine, I was looking at your application that you filed and I'd like to talk to you about this one thing I don't understand, or there's some discrepancy. But to just call you out of the blue when you've been minding your own business, you haven't filed anything, you haven't contacted us, you don't need anything, to either tell you that you owe us money and we need to get it through a wire transfer. We don't get money like that. Or there's a gift card you have to buy for us. We can't really accept gifts because we work for the government. So please be very careful. These fraudulent callers have been practicing. They're good at this now. And I know that a lot of our viewers are cooperative. When they hear Social Security, they know we're the good guys. And so they're using our good name. But I want you to report those calls. Don't just hang up. Do indeed hang up, but report them. Because while you might be sharp enough to figure it out that this is just some kind of scam, what about that elderly neighbor or relative of yours, or that person who might not figure it out? You can report these online at oig.ssa.gov. And OIG stands for the Office of the Inspector General. We have law enforcement to shut these people down. If not, call us by phone at 1-800-269-0271, because we don't want people using our name to get your money. Josie?
I have a question.
Sure.
Sure.
Okay, so what is it that, it's like I feel like I'm yapping to scammers all day. It's like, no. So here's my question. One, because I really get sick of talking to automated messages. If they call me from, right, if it's a scam, what is it, one, that I can say that can stop them in their tracks before I call by phone? Because when I call by phone at this number, I am so sure I'm not going to get a human being. And that gets nerve-wracking. So what is it that I, as a consumer, can say when some clown calls me up from SSA first? And then if I call the 1-800 number, will I get a human being or just an automated message about they've received my call?
Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked it, because we never, ever use automated people. If you hear that robot voice, like one of the calls that I got, and it's recording, they're telling you to call back, I can assure you 100% of the time, that is a scam. Don't call them back. Don't respond to it. Press 2 here to now talk to a Social Security representative. It's all garbage. We only have live people. So just like Josephine and I are real, when you pick up the phone and you call the Social Security Administration, that will be a real person. Sometimes there's a wait, honestly, but you're going to talk to a person. Or if you are getting a call, there is never a recorded type robot voice that we leave, because they're just phishing. They're sending that same call to hundreds of people. Often they don't even know your name. I've had situations where they know my name, and other situations where they're telling me I have a Social Security matter I need to address because I owe them money or I'm going to jail, and they have to ask me what my name is.
Right.
So those are the red flags, and you can always, every time, say, look, I don't discuss that. I'm not comfortable discussing my Social Security business over the phone. I'm going to call my local office, the one near me, and find out about it. We are never offended. Sometimes people, you tell them that, they'll get mad. No, you have to, or that will let you know also right away that they are not from Social Security. If they get aggressive or anything, I've had people, believe it or not, think that I didn't work for Social Security. And all I tell them is okay, go ahead and call the local office. I'm the person who has your appointment. You can ask them about my name. And if I'm to call you and we can talk again, I'll call you back in about 10 or 15 minutes. You can verify that with them. We would never be offended at you protecting yourself. In fact, we always recommend that you protect yourself.
Good to know. I'm happier. Thank you.
Right. You're welcome. Anything to add, Josie?
Yeah, that's great information, Mr. Summer. And you're right. We do not call people to threaten them, and we're not aggressive with them. So that is a key flag. As Mr. Summer mentioned, he's received calls that are fraudsters or scammers calling him, stating that they're Social Security representatives, and they've been very threatening and aggressive. And we just don't do that. So if you get a call like that, just hang up. We will never be aggressive, and we will never threaten you. Now you can visit us on our webpage at ssa.gov. We do have a full section that talks about fraud prevention and reporting. And we have that online form where you can go ahead and document those fraudulent phone numbers that have called you. Now, if you visit, yes, go ahead.
No, okay, so this is Cassandra. I wanted to go back a few slides when you were talking about the account, my account.
Sure.
So I had went online and I used to be able to see just what Mr. Summers had said, how much I'm gonna get on their retirement and death benefits and all of that other stuff. But since I've applied for my Social Security disability, I checked it. And believe it or not, it doesn't show me. It says, because you've applied, we are working on your case. So, and then it even told me what percentage. They are 7%. They told me when they opened the case, they said we're 7% verified of your account. And we look at this being done in 7 months. So that I love the fact that, and I'm saying all of that to say that it's that Mr. Summers said that it's real time, and it is. It's tracking, and it'll tell you how long it'll take before they give you a decision on your account. So I appreciate this, and I appreciate you all telling us to go on and do it.
Yeah,
That's
thank
so
you.
great.
Yeah, that's a great testimonial, great information, because it does share with you the status and the progress of your application, which is a great tool to have access to. So we are so glad to hear that it is working. And as I mentioned earlier, I have the testimonial about the replacement Social Security card. It works. If you create a My Social Security account, you are going to have access, and it's gonna put you in control of your My Social Security business. And so, we are glad that we had the opportunity to share this information with you. We want you to share with your family, friends, and loved ones about these fraudulent phone scams, and we don't want anyone to fall victim to that. So please make sure you share that information with them as well. And of course, we have lots of information on our social media pages. We've got Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and YouTube, and as well as our My Social Security, our Social Security website, socialsecurity.gov. Make sure you go to .gov, because that is our website. .gov has to be behind our name, because there are also other sites that are posing as us, and they're not us. They might have something else. We are at .gov. And if you have not already created a My Social Security account, we encourage you to create one today or as soon as possible, because if you've created the account, that means no one else can create that account for you. So you're essentially preventing any fraud from happening to your My Social Security account by creating one, creating it and opening up that account today. So thank you so much for allowing us the opportunity to share this information on your platform, Ms. Cassandra. We always appreciate being here with all of our top flight viewers, and we thank you. Any last words, Mr. Summer, before we pass it back over to Ms. Cassandra?
We just always have to be grateful for Cassandra and Top Flight, and Corella Payne. We're glad to answer those questions. Never fear, always ask Social Security. People ask a lot of questions, and lots of people in the public know. They say, well, no, I got this, my cousin got that, but there's so many variables. Our rules and laws are complex with exceptions. So always go to the source, because we've had so many people that I've interviewed during the course of when I was doing interviews that could have had benefits. And I'm like, oh, you should have been getting this money 3 years ago. And you've got a person who's lost their house. They should have been getting benefits for 2 or 3 years. But their cousin said that they wouldn't be able to get it because
their cousin not being the most accurate source either. Right.
Their cousin might even be a good person, but never worked for us.
But you know what? I have to say again that I appreciate the two of you for volunteering to come on when I met you, Josephine, at the beginning of the year, and I talked about it, and you was like, yes, we'll come on. I would love for you to continue this with us, even going into next year. We can do these classes all over again, because to me, it never gets old.
Right.
You all will always update stuff. And I had a conversation with someone the other day about Social Security benefits. And now I feel like I'm an expert, right? So I was like, no, 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 no. Don't take my word for it. Go to my YouTube channel, because we record all of our sessions with Social Security. So if there's anyone on there, just click it. They keep giving you the number. They will always go over this, not necessarily the same thing, but the important things like the website, the phone number, and being the fraudulent and scam. You all do that every single session, and I appreciate that, because some people may not see this one, but they'll see another one, and you've given that information so they're not missing it. So I really and truly appreciate all of the information that you're giving me, giving us, giving our audience, giving Top Flight. I mean, it's just amazing, and I really and truly appreciate that.
Can I just say this last thing?
Sure.
These conversations are important and ongoing. And I think, Mr. Summers, you said something that really hit home. It's like, you just can't get information. You have to get the right information. It may not be your cousin or your best friend or your pastor. You need to go to the right and a trusted source. So that hit home. Thank you.
Okay, you're absolutely welcome.
Yep.
Okay,
So,
Cassandra.
Thank you for
it's
having
yours.
us.
Thank you all.
all right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do a heart. I'm gonna thank our Facebook, our Facebook viewers. And if they have questions, I will direct them to either you, Miss Mueller, or you, Mr. Summers. But I want to thank them. I'm gonna turn off Facebook, and then I'm gonna stop recording. And if our guest that's on Zoom have something she wants to ask privately, she can. But I would like to thank everyone for coming in off of Facebook. And if you missed anything, go to our YouTube channel and Top Flight Defense. And next month, come back in on the fourth Wednesday, and we will be talking about scams and frauds with the Social Security Administration.
Good
Thank you all.
conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Have a good